Mr. Toastmaster, tonight I want to speak to you about a person with the name of Klaus Schwab. It's a German name. Maybe I like him because my descendants were German. This particular gentleman, he was born in the town of Ravensburg in Germany. That was in 1938. He obtained a mechanical engineering degree as well as a doctorate in economics. And later on he became a professor, and then later on he was the founder and executive chairman of the World Economic Forum. They meet at Davos once a year. This person has written many books, and the latest one is about shaping the future of the fourth industrial revolution. Our president, Mr. Cyril Ramaphosa, he has a vision of South Africa and the fourth industrial revolution, and he wants to get many South Africans involved in this, and this is what he thinks is how we will get out of our economic troubles. I hope he is correct. And if you read this person's book, I would say that if you are a parent or if you are a grandparent, you should encourage your children to study on one of these lines, particularly if it's in the engineering or the medical or the computer lines. I haven't got suggestions for the rest. So very briefly, what does this book talk about? Well, first of all, the new computing technology will be what they call quantum computing. That's where you start getting the electrons to show all sorts of very weird shapes, and this computer will work very much faster than anything else, but nobody knows how to make it stable. So whatever will happen, I don't know. Then a thing that I think we should have, according to this book, is a thing called blockchain. Now in this technology, all records and transactions, like you have in Bitcoin, will be recorded. And so long as there is a method to see how that transaction took place, we could very much more easily prosecute a lot of people that were doing wrong, a little bit of Big Brother, but I think this would be the good use of Big Brother. Then of course there's the Internet of Things. Those are all those little electronic devices that hang around. A lot of them we don't know what they do, but if we can just find out this is what you would do in a motor car, in your home, wherever you are, you can get a better idea of how all the different things around you function. Another thing they call cyber risks. Here is a massive career opportunity, because as you progress in things computer, the crooks also make massive progress. So you need a lot of people to block them on the way to make sure that everything still functions. Making robotics with artificial intelligence, machines that can learn. We human beings are supposed to learn. Very good for people that make them and sell them. I'm sorry for the people that will be made unemployed in this particular situation. And then another thing the book talks about is advanced materials. It would be nice if you could have things that you could put in nuclear reactors, which could keep them going for many years and not a lot of maintenance, because that would be the cheapest form of energy if we didn't have all these breakdowns. Another guy from our club spoke about three-dimensional printing. This is going to take over the manufacturing industry already. In the building industry, a lot of things, walls of structures can already be built with this. Unfortunately, a lot of loss of people employed in the building industry and maybe the manufacturing industry. But good for those that want to get into new things. And then drones, as you know, those nice little devices that we like to control. You could spray crops with it, but the military uses it as a killing machine. So the good and the bad is there. And then there's neurotechnology. They now have a very good idea of how a person's brain waves function. They can almost predict their thought levels. And later on, if we can just think things and then suddenly the right sort of things start happening around us, wouldn't that be great? And then virtual reality, you put on these helmets, and with these helmets you have all these wonderful visions about things you never think about, that maybe a lot of educators would not have a job if this thing really got to the point where it's supposed to. New ways of creating electricity, doing away with the fossil fuels, renewable energy to replace it, and of course the big debate around how do you centralize versus decentralize the whole industry. And then they spoke about geoengineering, how to tackle global warming, maybe even make some rain where there is no rain, but who knows how that will damage the earth. And the second last thing is what they call space technology. Already a lot of work has been done, and it doesn't matter how the population of Earth expands, if only we knew how to get to Mars and beyond with this technology. It will of course happen in time. So I was very glad, and I thank Mr. Klaus Schwab for writing this book, because it certainly has encouraged me, being an IT person, that some of the things I'm doing is a little bit in this direction, and I think it will prepare you as people as to what you must tell your children. Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you, Hansel. Interesting.